grandparents that are here. Ruth Schuer is Fran's grandmother, and my mother is Fran's mother, sorry, and Dora Taylor is my mother. Vivian Gifford is not here tonight, but we hope you will pass on our Mike Gifford, Mike Sr., I call him just to separate Mike Giffords in our family, told me that his remarks were more or less 5 or 10 minutes, so he's kindly allocated the balance of the 90 minutes we were given. We had a wedding in July. We have 2 children, and our younger child, John, was married last month. And having given now this second set of comments as the father of the married party in the group, I've decided that I think I want to go into the rent-a-dad business for matrimonial events, seeking all honorariums and no bills. This is a happy day for our family. Parents have their happiest days when their children are the happiest, so this is one of those days, and we're just delighted, Fran and I. Kate is our oldest child, and the model for a family, in my view, is you have a son, you hope he finds a wonderful woman, and you hope he can persuade her to get married, and when she's married, it's all over. But with a daughter, it's a case of the China doll, that needs the attention and TLC and all that care. And in Kate's case, that's true as it is with most daughters. But one of the more special things among the many of Kate is her entrepreneurial style, her business skills, and her persistence and tenaciousness. So while we enjoy Kate for all of her femininity, we think that I particularly am very proud of that, the strong business focus she has. One story is she was interviewing for a job in Boston, and I talked to her the next day, and she was recounting some of the interview questions and things, and at one point she said, this gentleman said that if we had a very good year, there'd be a bonus for everybody at the end of the year. And she said, Dad, I could hardly keep the smile off my face. Kate is beautiful on the surface, and kind as anyone deserves to have kindness given to, and more so. But underneath, she has a toughness that I greatly respect. And with all respect to our son John, she could pretty much handle him until he was about 20 years old. She's a classic modern woman, I think. Now, Mike we enjoy because he visits, but we also enjoy, I particularly enjoy kind of gently nosing into his business, to see what are the tales of the day. And he's very judicious and cautious in what he says, and I've been taught to say that he works for the Justice Department. Become as vague as possible after that. I overheard, or I think I heard him describe a misinformation campaign for his current employer of spreading the word that if you're being wiretapped, you can whisper and they won't hear. The other remembrance of Mike in this event was when I ordered this tuxedo about 3 months ago. They said, your son-in-law has a different vest than everybody else, and so you should just double check. We're not quite sure whether he wants everybody to have the platinum vest or some other. And at that point I said, bulletproof? The Gifford family is a subject that we've heard Kate talk about incessantly. I should step back and say that having heard Phil Clark, and thank you, Phil, for coming and providing the service for this great occasion, and Betty, thank you as well. But when Phil said, "Let us enter into this reverently and diligently," I kept thinking, and reverently and diligently and reverently and diligently. It seemed they were going out for decades, so we're glad to have it reach fruition. But I know Kate has been absolutely delighted to join a family and pick up 2 sisters and a brother and a bunch of 5 nephews and nieces, and 4 of whom were in the event tonight. Cooper, I guess, decided to bag at this time. But, next time, Cooper. The other connection I had with Mike Gifford Sr. was I was talking with a young associate dean at the University of Wisconsin in the College of Agriculture, and we got to chatting, and I mentioned that our daughter was getting married, and he politely asked, to who? And I said, Mike Gifford. Mike Gifford. He says, I had him as a teacher. And so I can only guess that your influence on him was positive, because he's very successful as a young man.
Wonderful job. Thank you very much. I met Reverend Clark yesterday, and he grew up 5 miles from where I grew up. But even better, he's a Yankee fan. He's a diehard Yankee fan. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. If you can't help him, nobody can. I also, on the way in, there was an announcement, there was another room change. Some of the people were switching around rooms. Mike and Kate, you lost your room. They need Mike, you're rooming with Kucher. And Kate, you got to stay with your parents. The Reverend mentioned for better or worse. The worst that they've gone through, and for a lot of other people too, was Iraq. And I will tell you that it was tough on everybody, but some of our toughest moments, my wife and I, the phone would ring, and it was Kate. And she got me through more tough times than anybody, and I thank you for that. She was there for me. She was there for Mike. And we love you dearly. And every day I see her, every time I see her, not every day, but she gets more and more beautiful. It's amazing. Now I think you'll be more and more beautiful being married, and you finally got him, Kate. She's not only beautiful on the outside, but twice as beautiful on the inside. She's got a heart of gold. She's very gracious to everybody. Before I crack up, that's it on that. And Mike, you're not only a good son, but he's developed into a great friend for me. I can talk to him about just about anything, and he's there for me and for my wife as well, and his sisters and his brothers. Thanks, Mike. I love you both. I will now turn it over.